Hey guys, so yesterday I just took delivery of my brand new QX7, just like so many other people, and great, this is from Banggood, and I'm very pleased to finally receive it after having a little, shall we say, hiccup on delivery. Anyway, when I received it, I'm just going to put you down for a second. When I received it, there was no battery pack in the back. Now, they're supposed to come, as far as I understand, with a 6 AA battery holder that plugs into this point here. Now, I don't care because I was never going to use that anyway, so I'm very pleased just to receive the transmitter after some interfacing with their customer service team. Anyway, it's here, and of course the first thing you want to do is turn it on, but no batteries. However, a quick look around the web and I've seen that some people have implemented a 2 lithium-ion 18650 battery pack, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool because I got some of them laying around. So the first thing I did was I popped the 18650 just in here loose and put the lid on, and just to see if they'd fit. So I did that, and they fitted, so that was cool. And I thought, well, how many fit? And I found out that 3 fit. And so a lot of guys are only putting in 2 because you don't need more than the voltage of 2. However, it can take up to 15 volts according to the manual. So I decided to put in 3, and that way my batteries are just going to last a bit long before I have to change over. So what I've done is, hot glued them together, and I've just run some balance leads off each one. And then after that, for a little bit of support, because hot glue doesn't really stick to the outer shell very well. So I've done that, and I wanted the hot glue on there as well, just because the wiring and stuff's all going to be held in place now. And I put on just some duct tape or gaffer tape. All right, now the gaffer tape actually adds a bit of thickness to the whole operation. And if you look down here, I don't know if you can see it, but the batteries can move backwards and forwards just a little bit, like that. And I found if I ran gaffer all the way across the top, like that it was too thick, and when you tried to close it, you would end up bowing the cover to try and get it in. So I didn't want to do that. So I've just left it really on one side and a little bit coming around the edge there. Now, with this setup, the battery pack sits in there very firmly, and when you shake the transmitter around, the batteries stay in place. You don't hear them rattling around at all. Now, one thing I've done a little bit different, I think, to some other ones I've seen, is I did put a balance lead on my battery. So it's funny, I've got a 2S battery connector right there for connecting up right in there. Get your finger around the road, thumb around the road, in there. And but I've got a 3S battery connector, and you'll see I've got a little lump on it. I'll just pull that off. Right, I've got a 3S battery connector for balancing the pack for when I'm charging it. But this isn't going to need charging anytime soon, because now I've got about a 2.5 amp hour battery pack. Now these were old 18650s I had lying around, as you can sort of tell, but they've got about 2.5 amps in on each. So I'm going to get a lot of use out of these. It's going to be great. Now, the one little safety feature I wanted to point out was this little cap here. Now I made this cap out of a 3S battery lead that I had lying around. It was 3S, was it male or female, and I ripped the pins out of it. So it's just a cap, and the whole idea is you put that on. I'm putting it on as I put the camera down. Right, so you put that on like that, and now none of the contacts which were exposed on the top can short out anything in here, because you do have exposed wiring and stuff in there. And also, the other hazard, if you didn't do that, it can actually have any of these contacts short out across the tops of the batteries, because I haven't insulated those in any way. But there's no real danger of them shorting out anything in there, because I've done that one little mod. I mean, for the batteries to short out on there, I'd have to sort of upend it. I don't even know if I could. Maybe if I did that, maybe I should check. Maybe a little bit dangerous. Maybe I'll put a little bit of hot glue across the back there. Might be half a diarrhea. Alright, anyway, that's my little battery mod, and so sure enough, she works. So I'll just plug her in. And this is really easy to do. Only takes about, it's actually very easy if you pull the batteries out. So remember to leave yourself a bit of length on these leads if you're making up your own. Oh, finally. Alright, so there it is plugged in. Bit of light on there for effect. And just you can tuck that one in there now. And you put the cover on. And of course it's sitting on the stick, so I don't want to push it around too much. So I'll just show you. It's actually quite firm, this arrangement. But it's not too bad. With only one width of gapper, and you can see from the edge there that there's no gap in between the top cover and the main body. So we flip it around, hit the on button, and there we have Open TX. A few switch warnings, because I've been playing with the switches. Fast safe warning. Right, and notice it says 11.9 volts in there because they're charged, of course. And so what you do, as I'm coming to grips with this, hit your center button here just once and hold it in. There we go, just for a second. And you set up your battery range from 9 volts to 12.6. Well, that's what I'm using, because that way I'm only discharging down to 3 volts per cell. So I'll just put the light back on there. So I'm only discharging down to 3 volts per cell on the minimum range. Now, I don't know the characteristics of these batteries. I think they can go a bit lower. But that's a pretty good range, 9 to 12.6. I think I'm going to get about 2 years worth of flying continuously with those batteries on this transmitter. Now, 2 years might be a bit of a stretch, because I'll probably get tired after the first hour. But anyway, you can see I've got plenty of range. Alrighty, good luck out there.